Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today let's talk about episode 38 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime series. An episode in where we learn more about the creation of maximum cards, plus the climactic duel between Yuga and Asana begins. Now, learning about how maximum cards were created I thought was rather interesting, which I found gave the Cavalry Machine Club's secret more of an intrigue and creative vibe to it. So we know now that the material of Gohinium that we learned about in the previous episode is returning into the story, as we learn about the oversurge pulsating through the Goha system after Yuga installed rush dueling for the first time. This caused a reaction within the Gohinium fragmented throughout the underground of Goha City, and then when Neil also created maximum summoning, this too happened again, thus giving us the ability for the abandoned duel discs and the ID cards within them to potentially possess maximum monsters or maximum cards, so to speak. The fact that all maximum cards are created from dueling IDs, I think, is a great little feature that they kept with, because it helps add more of a rare feeling to when maximum finally happens and returns again. Especially when you consider the fact that not all ID cards are able to create maximum cards. So for the time being, it's still a rarity, and I quite enjoy that. And I also like the fact that if you think about it, we actually have two variations of maximum cards now. We got the good, sustainable variation that Neil possesses, in where he used fresh ID cards from the top of Hexagon members that were basically seemingly new and in good condition, so his maximum monster is sticking around for a while. Where on the other hand, we've got maximum monsters that are created from the abandoned duel discs and the ID cards lying in wait in there, which have a bit more of a shorter shelf life, so to speak, because they disintegrate easily and are more of a risk when using them. So we could see, say, a character like Roa using a maximum summon, but he gets them from the abandoned mines, which means it only lasts in 1 or 2 duels, because of the way that the ID cards within the abandoned duel discs have been neglected over that period of time. Now, this could be a great way to just showcase brand new designs and give different characters maximums without making them too powerful in the late game of the series, which I'm really open to the idea of seeing. As well as the fact is, I love the animation effects used when we see the cards disintegrate. I don't know why, it's just the colours, the soft lighting effects used, and the transitions were all aesthetically pleasing, and I just enjoyed looking at it. Just put a smile on my face when I saw it. But was anyone expecting Neil to give Yuga his White Drago to use against Asana? Now, I like the fact that Yuga chose not to use this, because it just wouldn't suit Yuga's personality. However, this act alone shows that Neil is closer / more on friendlier terms with Yuga than he is with Goha. As a person, he can't see a situation in where Neil would willingly give up his maximum monster and give it to Goha, but I guess it also could tie back to what Neil said in a previous episode, in where he said Asana possessing maximum goes against his providence. So, swings and roundabouts, I guess. But going back to Yuga's personality, we know that Yuga wants to make Asana smile through rush dueling. That's what he stated, I think, in episode, I think it was in a Rons vs Rinosuke episode, so it would have been 35, 36, and in order to do that, I think adding in that risk factor, that, oh, will maximums work? Will he be able to create one element to the duel? I think will go surprisingly a good way into doing so, into making her smile and, making her have a bit more fun with it. Because having a bit of a risk involved with a show or with an event, with a duel, it does add a bit more of a dramatic flair, which again creates a bit more excitement. Well, from my perspective it does. I don't really know if it would for Asana, but I guess we're going to find out. Now, speaking of Asana, I loved her character in this episode. Clearly, she's got her reasons for doing all that she is doing. After all, Garlean and Chevelle are trying to keep her on task and focused, so something more needs to be revealed about Asana and her reasons / the club's reasons for doing all that they are doing. But her smile and her excitement during the duel was fantastic. Plus, presenting her as a very prideful character in feeling bad for having the overwhelming advantage in their first duel, while being glad that she gets to duel Yuga again on an equal playing field, Maximum versus Maximum gave this character more of a humanized side, showing her that she's not really evil, she's just got something very important to achieve that causes her to do what she is currently doing. And from that perspective, I do like this turn of events for Asana's character. I didn't want her to be just evil and crazy for the sake of it, and they're certainly not really portraying her as that. Yes, she's a female antagonist, but she really doesn't feel like an antagonist, if that makes sense. Now we do get to see a wide range of emotions from Asana as well, which helps build her character a little bit more, plus giving her a bit more likability. We get to see things like happiness, anger, disappointment, and we even get to see a hint of desperation in where she's wishing and trying to will her white worm excavator, aka her maximum monster, to hold on and not disappear before Maximum Overload does. Because as we end the episode with the cliffhanger, both monsters are battling it out, both are seemingly disintegrating, or they are disintegrating, and it's a race to see who will disintegrate first. Whoever does, loses. I especially love seeing how much of a team effort it was to create Excavator, as it really helps emphasize the bond and the connection that the Dual Cavalry Machine Club actually share with each other, as well as the kind of hopes that this Maximum monster seems to kind of represent for the group. They genuinely are really positive in their reactions, and you know what? I'm all for it, because again, we keep alluding and kind of teasing the viewers with this more information to come about the club and about the character of Asana, so let's hear it, hopefully in the next episode. For odds of Yuga finding 3 usable ID cards that are compatible in creating Maximum monsters, after Asana and her group have already raided the place beforehand, was insane. Like, the amount of luck and the amount of things that have to line up, the percentages of the probability, is just ridiculous. Like, it's almost impossible. But it's a Yu-Gi-Oh show, so we can't take it too seriously because things like that are normal. Just take a look at the combo Atem had to make and the cards he had to pull to make that combo when using Kyber's deck to beat Noah in the virtual Ark world in Duel Monsters. Still, I wish we got to see a different Maximum monster from Yuga, but was it just me, or was the summoning animation for Overload really long? Plus, how did the animators mess up the Maximum cards that represented each of Yuga's friends when they gave up their dueling ID cards to create this Maximum monster the first time over? You got Roman, who should be blue, but they got that correct, so props to them. Rook should be red, not green, but the way they've lined up the cards basically represents him as being the green one. As well as Gakuto should be green and not red, but again, because of the placement between transitions of images, they make it seem like Gakuto represents the main Maximum monster. Oopsie sevens, you did bad, but oh well, we'll forgive you. I guess another slight issue I had was the cheesiness of the characters in their reactions when Overload was summoned. All of the yeah, yeah, go, go, go. All those cheers, they were wholesome, but really cheesy. But then again, they may be a little bit out of character for some of the characters involved doing that, but I mean, the trick was done correctly. The idea is to get kids excited that are watching the show about the hero going in for the win, and I guess kids will like that and they'll make them happy, so not going to criticize it too much. It was just a slight bit of cringiness from me. Overall, I thought it was a really good episode. The cliffhanger works well, although it is a situation in where the next episode preview would be welcomed not appearing, as it shows the duel continuing, meaning most likely that both Maximums simultaneously disintegrate, causing no one to lose the duel. I like this idea though, because now we can see Asana's strength without Maximums and kind of show off her feats in making her not just a one-trick pony. Hopefully we see some very cool monsters and some intriguing playstyles, which I'm interested in to see how it goes. The comedy was good in this episode. Overall, it wasn't over the top, so that's a plus. And Rook did make me laugh. Calling the cat that Yuga used in this duel, I think it was Stray Cat, basically just called that tribute fodder in the segment of the week. But What did you think of the episode? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not hit that like button and subscribe for Sebastian being rebuilt. Because we knew that was going to happen, didn't we? More importantly though, have a great day. Alligator, Madden it. Goodbye.